Good morning, general science students. So this week's assignment is on page 19 in your notes. I created a separate one for you, and I'll send a copy to you in Google Classroom so you can just fill it out, send it back. So it's the atomic structure worksheet. You will also need your periodic table. And on top of your periodic table, you see I wrote these red numbers. You're going to want to write these on there. So above the first column here, this is column 1. They're all plus 2. Column 2, plus 2. We're skipping over all these down here. These are known as transition metals. Over here, plus 3, plus 4. Then we're going to go minus 3, minus 2, minus 1. So what that means is that over here, plus 2, all of these elements down through here have a plus 2 charge. Okay, if I go over here, this minus 1, all of these have minus 1 charge. All right, so we'll talk about how that happens here in a few minutes. These guys here, they don't have a charge, and we're not going to worry about those right now. All these are here, they have charges, but they have more than one. Depends on what they react with. So we're going to ignore these also. So we're just going to worry about these. And these I wrote all the red numbers on. So make sure you write those on top of your periodic table. All right. So let's go back to page 19. So magnesium. If I find magnesium on here, it's right here. It has a plus 2 charge. We have an atomic number of 12 and an atomic weight of 24. So I'll go back here. My atomic mass, which is the same as the weight, 24. Number's 12. Number of protons is 12. Electrons, we're going to wait. This here is 24 minus 12, and in this case, it's going to be the same. My charge, if we go back, I'll show you again. Magnesium is a plus 2. So go over here, type in plus 2. Okay, so now gain or lose electrons, because if you remember, according to Bohr's model, and we know that the electrons are orbiting around the outside of the atom. And we can remove these very easily. All right, and we can do that. You simply rub your feet across the carpet in your house. You're picking up electrons from the carpet. You touch your brother or sister and you discharge them to them through static electricity. So we can gain or lose electrons really easy. Now that's going to affect this number right here. So let's say, for example, I have a element that has 3 protons and 3 electrons. So it looks something like this. Make that a little bit larger so you can see it. Okay. So it's neutral. We have the same number of protons, same number of electrons. Well, in order to get a plus 2 charge, I need to have 2 more protons. But these guys are inside the nucleus. We cannot remove those. So we take away. We lose 2 electrons to somewhere else, maybe to you rubbing your feet along the carpet, and now it gives a positive 2 charge. Okay, so that means I lost 2 electrons here. I lost 2, and you don't have to type that in, I'm just doing it so you can get a visual. So that means I have 10 electrons now, and that means I lost them. Lost 2. All right, now it's easy when you have an element that is, let's go on here, oxygen has a negative 2 charge. Okay, numbers 8 and 16. So oxygen, where is it? Right there. Its mass is 16. Its number is 8. Those are protons. We have 8 protons. Skip the electrons. We have 8 neutrons. Oh, yep, 16 minus 8. We're still at 8. This only happens, this pattern of subtracting these and having the same number here only works for like the first 10 to 12 elements or so forth. The charge, we said, was a negative 2. So that means if we became more negative, we actually gained 2 electrons. So that means we now have 10 electrons. So you guys will recognize a pattern. If it's positive, you lost them. If If it's negative, you gained some. All right. And then just send this back to me. If you have any problems, don't hesitate to email me. Don't become too overwhelmed over all this. I don't want you guys spending 8 hours trying to figure this out. All right. You should be able to get at least all of these across through. You guys should be able to figure out the charges too from the periodic table. This part might be a little tricky for you, but at least get as much as you can. Send it back to me. And I hope you guys have a great week and enjoy the weather.